So basically, I'm here today to discuss a very important issue associated with supply chain risk management. And the specific concern, especially living in a global economy where the United States and most other countries have so much shipping and so much trade, is making sure that radiological or radioactive materials are not coming into the harbor, that someone is not trying to sneak in either a dirty bomb or actually a real atomic weapon or something like that that could do massive loss of life, a mass casualty, what we call a mass CAS event. So this is something that senior policymakers within the U.S. government are very concerned about, elected officials, folks at Department of Homeland Security. This is an ever-growing concern, especially with the proliferation of nuclear technology. You can almost do Google searches and find a lot of amazing information about how to build these types of weapon systems. So the threat is real, and what I want to talk specifically about are radiation portal monitors that actually conduct radiation detection. So the as-is program, it's very expensive, and when things come into harbor, it's a slow process to scan, to ensure that things are what they are supposed to be. And one of the issues around this is what they call norm content. So norm, N-O-R-M, which is naturally occurring radioactive material. So certain things can come in a shipment, they have a radiation signature, but it's natural and it's understood and expected. But even if the ship coming into port lets the port authority know in advance, hey, we have some norm content coming in, currently it still sets off all the alarms and all the triggers. So when containerized cargo is coming in, this creates constant bottlenecks, and it adds to the price of delivering goods internationally. So one of the ideas that's being promoted is the idea of setting up something similar to the TSA PreCheck or the Global Entry Program, where people, such as myself, I can go to the airport and I can expedite through the TSA screening because I'm already pre-vetted. So using this model, and again, this is in developmental stage, people are looking at this, taking recommendations and such, and this is being done globally. And one of the leaders in this area is the World Customs Organization. The World Customs Organization is sort of the governing body for international shipping and safety and preventing a radioactive event, a mass CAS event from occurring. So my hat's off to the World Customs Organization for the great work they do. But this is sort of the next step forward, which is to identify well-trusted, well-known, large shipping companies and sort of like this global entry or TSA PreCheck program. So what would happen is there would be a detailed manifest that would be sent in advance saying, this is exactly what's on the ship, this is where it's located on the ship. All of this would be done by the shipping company before they depart from the foreign port coming to the US. And what they would do is they would also indicate what norm content, what naturally occurring radioactive material is on the ship. And then when the ship comes into port, there would be these modern, lightweight, faster radiation scanners, and they would already know the manifest. So what they're looking for is any types of red flags. Anything that deviates from the shipping manifest is flagged. And they could sort of intermittently unpackage things, look at things, but all of it would go through the scanning process, but it would be done much faster, and norm content would not necessarily trigger these alerts. So I think this is a great idea. It's a sort of a path in the right direction, but it definitely requires a lot of deep technical analysis and a lot of experts to really say, is this a good process in place? Because if a radioactive event occurs, of course, a mass CAS event, we as a nation, we don't get a second chance. So we have to make sure that if this program does go forward, that it's done in such a way that it's done smart, it's done in a way that is technically well designed, it can't be spoofed, that an adversary can't find a way to circumvent this system. So with that, I would like to just thank you for your time, and I hope I've encouraged you to go learn more about this important topic and this important activity of our government and of the World Customs Organization. So thank you so much.